So a year ago, I unlocked Terraria's Platinum Trophy, which was a massive grind. Well, today I'm going to be taking things one step further by getting every single in-game achievement. There are 115 of these in total, varying from ones as simple as crafting a workbench all the way to defeating every single boss. But there is one particular achievement that haunts every single Terraria completionist: Supreme Helper Minion. To unlock said achievement, we need to complete 200 fishing quests for the angler, a feat that can easily take 50 plus hours to complete. The funny thing is that achievement isn't even going to be the hardest thing about this challenge, as we were going to be playing the entire run on For the Worthy Master Mode, the hardest difficulty in the game. To do this, we had to enter the secret seed for the worthy, and doing so would net us our very first achievement.
Hey, a rare realm. There we go. Already starting off with an achievement.
The achievements don't stop there, as we are able to get a ton of easy ones for completing simple tasks, such as chopping down our very first tree. And this is where For the Worthy started to show its true colors.
Wait, what? What the fuck was that?
Yep, every time you shake a tree or break a pot, there is a chance that it will leave behind a bomb. One of the many explosive surprises that For the Worthy has in store for us.
Explosive bunny. Yeah.
Mining our first piece of ore, crafting a workbench, and some basic armor would net us our next 3 achievements. And it didn't take long before day turned into night. To prepare, we built a lovely wooden box where we were able to get our first NPC to move in, getting us the achievement No Hobo. After crafting an anvil and a wooden hammer, we decided to test our luck against the zombie horde outside. This was a colossal mistake.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble. We're in trouble! Oh, it's a ghost! What? Fuck. Fuck! 109 damage, by the way.
See, the beauty of For the Worthy is that it scales the difficulty of your world. So in our case, it turned our Master Mode world into a new difficulty called Legendary Mode. On top of that, enemies' health and contact damage is further increased, making literally anything that we come across capable of either two-shotting or even one-shotting us. At least during this onslaught, we were able to pick up 5 fallen stars and craft our first mana crystal, earning us an achievement. And soon enough, we were able to make it to sunrise, getting through our very first night. Because we can barely take out a blue slime, we decided that it was best to head underground and search for better loot. A main priority was finding life crystals, which we desperately need to increase our health. But of course, that wasn't going to be without a struggle.
Oh my god. Watch your step, but like, fuck, man. Alright, that's obviously for getting... die into a trap, right? Oh god.
After returning to the caves, we did manage to find an underground house which had our very first golden chest.
Here it is. I am loot, and we get the Hermes boots. Yes. That's kind of huge. That is kind of huge. Is that Pinky? That's Pinky! Oh, let's go. We need that. That's rare. That's rare.
Pinky is one of the several rare enemy spawns that we need to kill to get an achievement. Unfortunately for us, this small pink slime had other things in mind.
No, 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 no! I can't even kill Pinky, bro.
Shortly after this, we did manage to find our first life crystal, netting us an achievement and increasing our HP by 20 points. But that didn't stop me from dying again and again and again. So much so that we even managed to create our very own graveyard biome.
Oh, quiet neighborhood. I think that's for making a graveyard biome. Oh, that's how many times I have bloody died in these caves.
After stumbling into a spider biome, we had the opportunity for vengeance, as we once again ran into Pinky.
No, 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 no. I'm literally a hit. I'm a hit. Fuck, do I risk it? Ah! Ah! I can't see. I can't see. I'm just gonna swing. I'm just gonna swing. I don't know what's going on. I can't see. No, 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 no. Oh. 66 HP. I see that. I see that. 20. Oh! Let's go! Let's go! I am the greatest Terraria player of all time. Man, I'm so good. I'm so good at this. Oh!
Following this humbling experience, we decided to do some above ground exploration, and this is when we discovered that the dungeon is not only facing the complete opposite way, but it is also spank bang in the middle of a corruption biome, which isn't ideal. You know what else isn't ideal? A blood moon occurring, which is a nighttime event filled with super strong enemies, meaning that we were going to spend most of the night respawning. But at least making it through to morning did get us the achievement Bloodbath. After getting our hands on 4 more simple achievements, we had a plan to reach the ocean biome and rescue the angler. This would allow us to start chipping away at the 200 fishing quests that we need for Supreme Helper Minion. As we were nearing the end of the world, we fell upon several living trees, and underneath one of them was an enchanted sword shrine. These shrines would have a 98% chance of giving us an enchanted sword. This would be huge, as we actually need this sword to craft the strongest weapon in the game, the Zenith, which we also need to get an achievement. But of course, because we are a lucky motherfucker, we got the 2% chance drop, the Terraria, which I actually can't be too mad about because it is a massive upgrade over my lead broadsword. Just underneath the shrine, there was also a mine track, which we took as an opportunity to get the achievement Vehicular Manslaughter, which we could earn by simply killing an enemy in a minecart. But of course, the game quickly humbled us as we opened a booby trap chest, which blew us to pieces. But hey, at least it earned us an achievement. It did seem, however, that our luck was at an all-time high, as after getting the 2% Terraria, we got the message that slimes are starting to fall from the sky. And no joke, 4 minutes into the slime rain, this happened.
Oh, slime stuff! We've gone and done it! Let's go! Our first slime rain, and we've gone and got the slime stuff.
If you don't know, the slime staff is a 1 in 7,000 drop chance from any slime. And not only did I manage to get this early during my platinum run, but we have gone and done it again here. The angler finally moved in, allowing us to get a jump on the fishing quests. Now to break it down simply, once each day, the angler will ask for you to give him a quest fish that you can go and fish up. There is only 1 of these per day, and like I mentioned earlier, we have to do this 200 times. But doing it for the very first time would also net us an achievement.
Let's go, servant in training. And so it begins.
Here we also took the opportunity to get an achievement that somehow only 3.5% of players have earned. And all you have to do is delay drowning by drinking a bottle of water. We were nearly ready to start tackling our very first bosses. But before we do that, I thought it best to get a little NPC and pylon foundation going. So we started working on a few starter builds as well as the construction of a elevator. In doing so, I was able to reach a total of 26.2 miles on foot, break a total of 10,000 tiles, and eventually reach the underworld. We also randomly equipped a vanity set whilst building, which also earned us the achievement Fashion Statement. During this time, we managed to complete our 5th and 10th fishing quest. Doing so would reward us with the fuzzy carrot mount, which we could equip to earn the achievement the Cavalry. After constructing a boss arena, we were more than ready to take on our first boss, the Eye of Cthulhu. Now, another major feature in For the Worthy is that nearly every boss in the game has gotten an AI overhaul to make their fights 10 times harder. For example, the Eye of Cthulhu gets a significant speed boost and spawns more of its small servants during the fight. But thanks to the piercing capabilities of our Jester arrows, we were able to easily handle them and eventually take down our first boss.
One more hit, let's go! Eye on you. That's our first boss, the Eye of Cthulhu.
We were definitely over-prepared for that fight, but I can assure you that the boss fights from here only get harder and harder. One of those bosses that we would soon fight could be found in the corruption biome. And whilst here, I experienced 3 minutes of the most insane RNG luck of my life, as one of the first Eater of Souls that we defeated dropped an Ancient Shadow helmet. For reference, there are 3 pieces of Ancient Shadow armor, each with a 0.19% chance of dropping from an Eater of Souls. So simply getting one of these would be considered good luck. Well, right after this, we decided to jump down and smash a Shadow Orb, which would get us an achievement. And then the unthinkable happened.
Hey, there we go. Smashing Poppet. Let's go. Did I just get another Ancient Shadow piece? I got get these back to back. Oh my god. I could get the full set before I even take out the Eater of Worlds. That's insane. No, I died. Oh, he dropped the breastplate. The breastplate. The final one needed. No way. I'm going back to that. I'm going back. What are the odds? All 3 ancient shadow pieces dropping in 2 minutes of each other. Please, please don't despawn. Please don't. Yes, it's still there. Oh my god. Ancient shadow scale mail. I got the entire set in less than 3 minutes. When I platinumed this game, I was farming for this set for like 4 hours. And I've just done it unintentionally in 3 minutes. You know what? We take that though. We take that. We got to test out our new armor not long after this, as we got the message that a goblin army is approaching from the west. And they proved to be little to no challenge for us. Come on. Yes, sir. Goblin Punter. With the goblins defeated, we could now find the Tinkerer NPC somewhere underground. And whilst looking for him, we actually encountered another one of those rare enemies that we need to defeat. A nymph. Something else pretty great about this is that the nymph has a 100% chance to drop the metal detector, one of the many accessories that we need to find in order to craft the cell phone, which you guessed it, has an achievement. Soon after this, we found the goblin tinkerer chilling in an underground mushroom biome, and after talking to him, he was able to move into our base. But he didn't last long as it started raining slimes. This, however, is a perfect opportunity for us to get 2 more achievements and take out our next boss. As after defeating 75 slimes during a slime rain, the king slime will spawn. Now, to be clear, I had fought and failed against this boss a few times already, but thanks to our upgraded gear and extra mobility, we were able to keep our distance and defeat the king slime. Come on, come on, yes, 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 come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. 2 more hits, 2 more hits. Yes, 1 more. Yes! Yes! Let's go. Oh, we got 2 there. Slippery Shinobi and Sticky Situation. Let's go, man. Defeating the King Slime also allowed the Nerdy Slime to move in. This is one of the 8 town slimes in Terraria, and we need to get all of them to move in for the achievement, the Great Slime Mitosis. But we won't be able to get that one until hard mode. In the meantime, we would get an achievement for simply petting the nerdy slime. After this, some of the NPCs decided to throw a party, and we found this to be the perfect opportunity to take some pharmaceuticals in the form of a gravitation potion. Under its hallucinogenic effects, we could flip gravity and explore some sky islands. But to our surprise, the sky islands are not only infected with the world's corruption, but the gold chests on them are also locked. This was a bit of a bummer, but at least we got an achievement for reaching the top of the world. Around this time, we also decided to expand our cavern layer NPC town by building it into its very own terrarium. This would have its very own fishing pond, and thanks to being in between an underground ice and mushroom biome, we could effectively fish in 3 biomes at once, making completing angler quests so much easier. Speaking of, up to this point, we had been making it a priority to hand in the quest fish each day, which led us to completing our 25th angler quest and eventually our 30th. The latter rewarding us with the best fishing pole in the game, the golden fishing rod. On the note of gold things, we also found a golden bunny in our newly built terrarium, which we were able to cook into the strongest buff item in the game, the golden delight. It was now time to take on our next boss, the Eater of Worlds. And for the worthy, this boss is pretty much on steroids. Not only is it faster, stronger, and has more defense, but it is also fucking massive. Holy, what the fuck? And I'm dead. Fuck. Fuck off. Yeah, so I died a lot to this boss, like more times than I could count. But thankfully, due to having that many attempts at it, I was able to acquire enough shadow scales to craft the nightmare pickaxe. This would then allow me to head to the underworld and start mining hellstone. Whilst doing so, I managed to reach the very bottom of the world, and by the end of this mining session, I had more than enough ore to craft molten armor, weapons, and a brand new molten pickaxe, which earned me the achievement
achievement, Miner for Fire. After crafting all this new gear, I decided to go and find the Shimmer biome. Doing this would not only get us an achievement, but it would also allow us to craft and decraft our new molten weapons until we got the best modifiers. Our first transmutation, however, would be a Vital Crystal, which would give us a permanent buff to our health regen. To get this item, all we needed to do was chuck in a Life Crystal. Yes, sir! A shimmer into the dark. Now, with our new and improved gear, we should be more than capable of taking down the Eater of Worlds. Oh my god. See, the problem here wasn't actually the gear. It was the arena. It was just too small.
That's what she said.
So to combat this problem, we decided to fight the Eater of Worlds above ground. This does, however, come at a cost, as doing so would cause the boss to start shooting out tons of projectiles. But it was clearly the play, as our first attempt showed vast improvements.
I'm getting so low. 37 seconds till a heal as well. No, man, no! No! That was it, though. That was it. That worked. That worked. We need to do that again. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. It's getting intense. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Alright, we're good on health. Good on health. 3,000 health. 3,000. 3,000. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. He's up there. He's up there. Yes. 800, 800, 800, 800. Come on, 400. Oh my god. Look out. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at all that. Look at all that. Look at all that. Pop heal. Pop heal. Where? He's over here. This is it. This is it. Just down here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes. 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 Oh my god. Fuck that worm.
The Eater of Worlds would also drop the Worm Scarf, an accessory which would negate all damage by 17%. And considering how much damage enemies deal in For the Worthy Master mode, this item was going to come in clutch. On the note of accessories, it was time to hunt down and craft the best boots in the game, the TerraSpark boots. Up to this point, I'd been able to gather nearly all the necessary materials. In fact, we only needed one more, the Lava Charm. One of the ways to obtain the charm is by fishing up obsidian crates in the underworld, and this would work out perfectly as there is an achievement associated with fishing and lava. So we went down to hell, caught some bait, and then started fishing.
Hey, hot reels, let's go.
After fishing up 18 of these crates, we managed to get ourselves the lava charm, which we could then use to craft the TerraSpark boots. We were then able to pick up some pretty easy achievements by flying a kite on a windy day, spending 1 gold on heals from the nurse, and finding and killing the rare wizard enemy, Tim. Next, we headed to the underground jungle where we would find a queen bee hive, getting us the achievement, Where's My Honey? I had definitely learned from my mistakes with the Eater of Worlds, as this time around, I made sure that the arena was as big as possible, as the queen bee is another boss that gets a giant size increase in For the Worthy. Something else that increases in this mode is her speed, especially when she performs her dash attack. And when you pair that with the ridiculous amount of contact damage, this fight can easily get out of hand.
Oh shit, I'm so dead. I'm so dead. I'm just so dead, bro.
Our next attempt, however, went much better. Even though we managed to take 140 damage by colliding with a hornet, we were still able to whittle down the queen bee's health and get the job done.
Oh my god. Come on, 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 come on. No, don't run into me. No. Oh my god, we did it. Let's go. Oh my god, I wasn't even watching his health. I was watching my health because I didn't have much. But god damn it, yes.
After finally deciding to build a roof on one of our NPC houses, we began preparations for Skeletron, another boss that got a major buff in For the Worthy. Of course, like most, it gets the size and speed increases, but the real problem starts after one of its hands is destroyed, as that's when it starts to spawn Dark Casters. These will shoot constant projectiles at you which you need to avoid, but the worst part is running into them, as they have a tendency to knock you back right into Skeletron, which is like getting handed a one-way ticket to destination fucked. Something that did help out massively in this fight is using the lock-on feature. Essentially, this allows you to get aim assist with the controller, and I only figured this out thanks to the comments on my Terraria Platinum video, so shout out to whoever commented that. Anyway, this was beneficial as I could then focus mainly on dodging and keeping my distance instead of hitting Skeletron, which definitely came in clutch.
29 seconds off a heal, that's fucking ages. Yes! 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 Let's go! Oh my god, come on, man. Holy fuck! With Skeletron defeated, we could now freely explore the dungeon. After finding a few golden keys, we were able to unlock and loot some of the gold chests, netting us an achievement as well as a hand of useful items, one of which being the Muramasa, which we could then combine with 3 other swords to craft the Knight's Edge. Not only is this the strongest pre-hard mode sword, but it is also an ingredient needed to craft the Zenith. We could also grab another sword needed to craft it by taking our leftover golden keys to the Sky Islands. Here we could unlock the Sky chests and grab ourselves the Star Fury. Another item that we picked up in the dungeon was the Tally Counter, which was also the final ingredient that we needed to craft the cell phone, earning us yet another achievement. Cell phone. There we go. Black Mirror. Hell yeah. Defeating Skeletron also allows 2 new NPCs to move in, the Clothier and the Mechanic. Eventually, we're gonna need every single NPC to move in for the achievement Real Estate Agent. Obviously, these NPCs need housing, so I started building houses in both the snow and desert biomes, as well as polishing the one in our cavern layer terrarium. Our next major step was to take on the Wall of Flesh and ultimately enter hard mode. But before I do that, there are quite a few things that I want to clean up first, especially considering hard mode in For the Worthy Master mode is going to be as enjoyable as being jerked off by Edward Scissorhands. After building a Plantera and Life Root farm in the jungle, we then fought the Queen Bee a few more times. By doing this, we would get the bee gun and enough bee wax to craft the entire bee armor set. And by firing the bee gun weapon whilst wearing that set, we would get the achievement, Not the Bees. We then went to the desert for the completely awesome achievement where we simply had to buy the mini shark off the arms dealer. Little did I know that I would get another achievement for just talking to the guy. House. Hey, leading landlord. Let's go. I actually came here to buy the mini shark, which also gets us completely awesome. There we go. 2 achievements. Hell yeah. I tried my best to get a good chunk of fishing done before hard mode, eventually reaching the 50 quest mark, earning the achievement Fast and Fishious, a small but short dent in the 200 total that we need. We were also able to get a few easier trophies for completing tasks like equipping dye, throwing a yo-yo, and turning a gnome into stone. And after defeating the side boss Deerclops, all that was left was taking down the Wall of Flesh. Unlike most of the bosses in For the Worthy, Wall of Flesh actually has gotten smaller in this seed, which makes the boss substantially harder as it's more difficult to hit its eyes and mouth. Speaking of, his eyes and mouth gain an extra 3 defense, and his HP is doubled compared to regular master mode. That's right, doubled. But that's not even what makes this boss so difficult, because in For the Worthy, the Wall of Flesh constantly spawns fire imps that spam indestructible burning spheres at you, which pretty much makes this fight near impossible. Now, we had a workaround for this problem. See, in Terraria, there are these beautiful things called banners. You receive a banner every 50 times you defeat a specific enemy. If you are standing near a placed banner, it grants you a buff giving you a 100% increase to damage inflicted to that specific enemy, as well as a 50% damage reduction. And lucky for us, one of the many statues that we found during our travels was the imp statue. And after wiring it up to a 1-second timer, I was able to create an infinite fire imp spawner that I could use to farm banners. And after a solid half an hour of grinding, I had more than enough banners to fill my entire hell bridge, ensuring that the fire imps aren't a massive problem. But even with the help of the banners, the fight wasn't going to be easy. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. Oh my god, I need to run. I'm playing for the heal. I am playing for the heal here. Let's go. We got the heal. We got the heal. We got the heal. That's good. Oh my god, no. No, no, no! Oh! Fuck. Come on. We're cooking, we're cooking, we're cooking. He's gonna start speeding up in a minute. Lock in, 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 lock in. Lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in. No, no, why is he? Oh, he's so low, he's so low, he's so low! Come on, come on. Yes, yes, yes! Let's go! Let's go! Oh my god. We died, but we got him. We got him. Let's go! Woo!
There we go, 2 more achievements added to the tally and our world officially enters hard mode. I knew off the rip that I needed to make some advancements very, very quickly because with the gear that I'm currently rocking, I won't stand a chance against any of the hard mode enemies.
Oh my, 438 damage.
So I made my way straight to the corruption and started smashing altars. Doing so blessed our world with the hard mode ores, palladium, orichalcum, and adamantite. And I spent the next few hours going from ore to ore, eventually getting a full set of adamantite armor. This defense boost couldn't have come at a better time, as shortly after this, we got invaded by the pirates, and defeating them would reward us with the Walk the Plank achievement. Hard mode also introduces the Hallow biome to our world, and in this biome, we could start farming for Souls of Light. These souls are necessary in a variety of crafting recipes, one of the main ones being Keys of Light, which we can place inside any chest to spawn a hallowed mimic. And after farming and taking out a few of these, we would get our hands on a weapon that would carry us through early hard mode, the Daedalus Stormbow. We would then take this weapon to the skies as we were going wyvern hunting. And not gonna lie, we kinda struggled. But eventually, we were able to take out a couple wyverns and get our hands on some Souls of Flight. We then made our way to the Surface Hallow biome as we needed to farm both pixies and unicorns. These enemies would drop pixie dust and unicorn horns, which we need to craft holy arrows, which would make our Daedalus Stormbow overpowered. On top of that, we need at least 99 pixie dust to craft ourselves the pixie wings. And doing that would get us the achievement, Head in the Clouds.
Head in the clouds. There we go.
With our newly acquired wings and Stormbow, I had a strange sense of confidence going into the fight with the Destroyer. In hindsight, I don't know what I was thinking, because if you recall, I got my ass handed to me by the Eater of Worlds. And the Destroyer is pretty much the same boss, except it shoots lasers and is made from fucking vibranium.
Oh my, what the fuck? I just got one shot.
Yeah, a little fun fact about the Destroyer is that it has the 3rd highest damage of any boss in the game if you get hit by its head, which as you can see, results in instant death. On top of that, in For the Worthy Master mode, it has twice as many segments and has a whopping 204,000 HP. And after getting one shot a couple more times, I realized that my only best chance to defeat this boss was to cheese it. Common strategy of doing so was to build a box or a platform at least 150 blocks in the air, as at this point the Destroyer is unable to reach you. And to our relief, this worked a charm, except there was one problem. Being this close to the space biome, well, it opens a door for some unexpected guests.
Fuck the wyvern, man. The wyvern fucked me. Oh my god.
Even by using peace candles and calming potions to decrease the spawn rates, somehow a wyvern would always manage to spawn during the fight, and it was really pissing me off.
Why the fuck is this thing here? What is it doing here? Man.
And after what felt like 50 attempts, we finally got the Destroyer low enough without any wyvern spawning. But of course, it was too good to be true.
No! Here it is. The fucking wyvern. Fuck. Not happening today, buddy. It ain't happening today. You are not fucking this over today. 299! Oh, he's so low. 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 Let's go! Woo! Fuck you, wyvern.
Sadly, after all of that, we don't even get an achievement, but we will get one after we take out the other 2 mechanical bosses. Now, we were able to get Souls of Might from defeating the Destroyer, which we can then use to craft the Mega Shark, an upgraded version of the Mini Shark which fires extremely fast. And paired with crystal bullets, it is able to inflict massive amounts of damage. And this would be the perfect weapon for our next mech boss, the Twins. For the fight, I decided to create a giant asphalt runway which would allow us to run extremely fast. This would help us keep our distance from the boss, and it worked to perfection. And before long, we were able to melt down both Spasmatism and Retinator and defeat the Twins. The third and final mechanical boss is Skeletron Prime. Now, before I fought the Twins, I had the displeasure of running into this guy, where I discovered that in For the Worthy, his cannons actually destroy blocks and blew up not only myself, but my entire arena. So to counteract this, I went and mined up a bunch of dungeon bricks as they can't be destroyed. And just as I was making my final arena preparations, I got the message that the air is getting colder around you, which means that Skeletron Prime is about to naturally spawn. To me, this was the Terraria gods looking down and telling me that I was ready. I was not ready. See, blatant skill issue aside, I just wasn't fast enough to keep my distance from Prime. And that's a major problem because if he hits you with his contact damage, you're truly fucked. So what I did was went down to hell and farmed the Wall of Flesh until it dropped the Goat Skull mount. The Goat has a top running speed of 61 miles per hour, which is just faster than Skeletron Prime, meaning that for the most part, I can just run away from him. Run!
10 seconds on a heal. Come on. Come on! 2 seconds. No! 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 Oh my god! How am I not dead? I think the Hallowed Armor Invincibility saved me there. Come on. 10k health. 10k health. No, no, no. Run! Fast! $4,000, 4,000, come on. 3,000! 2,000! So low, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, please! Yes! Woo! Bucket of bolts. That is all the mech bosses, baby. Let's go!
We were then able to take all the souls from the mech bosses to craft the pickaxe axe, netting us the achievement Drax Attack. With this pick, we were then able to head to the jungle and start mining chlorophyte. And while we were here, we even managed to start harvesting life fruit, which would further increase our health.
Get alive, let's go.
After a few more hours of mining and exploring, we managed to find enough of these life fruit to fully max out our health bar, getting us the achievement for reaching max HP and mana.
Topped off. I want to be topped off.
We also took some of the chlorophyte bars that we had to craft the true Excalibur, which we will need to later turn into the zenith ingredient, the Terror Blade. On the topic of combining items, we also managed to acquire all the necessary accessories to craft the Ankh Shield, which we needed to do for an achievement. After taking out the Queen Slime, we had a Blood Moon occur, which gives me the opportunity to fish up the Dread Nautilus for an achievement. Typically, I struggle quite a lot with this mini-boss, but to my surprise, I was able to take it out very first try, netting us the achievement and also getting us the super good summon, the Sanguine Staff. Something I did notice while fighting this boss was just how depressing my ocean house was. So for the next probably 10 hours, I spent all my time and resources building and polishing my NPC houses, getting both our ocean and jungle pylons to look better than ever. This also reminded me to start working on an above ground mushroom biome, which I decided to make on a floating island. Doing this would get me the achievement Funky Town and would also allow the truffle NPC to move in, which would get me yet another achievement. And honestly, it was actually just really nice for the first time in hard mode to just chill out and not worry about getting one shot.
I swear to...
Anyway, with the truffle moved in, it was time to fight our next boss, Terra. Now, the first phase of this fight is relatively calm. She does get the classic speed and size increase thanks to For the Worthy, and she also spawns these annoying pink vines, but they prove to be little to no issue with the true Excalibur. The second phase, however, well, it's a colossal clusterfuck.
Oh my... What the fuck?
Terra turns into the video game embodiment of an STD that has just snorted 5,000 kilos of cocaine. It's honestly almost a jump scare with how fast that she charges at you in her second phase. And I quickly realized that I needed to change my approach. So what I did was bomb the ever-living shit out of the jungle, creating a 30-block chasm that I could fall down. And if you ignore the fact that I got to as low as 4 HP, this fight became relatively easy. And before long, I was able to defeat the Chlamydia Queen Terra and get our very next achievement.
Yes! Let's go! We did it!
Woo! Killing Terra opens a ton of doors for us, quite literally, as she drops the temple key which we can use to gain access to the Lizard Temple. In here, we were able to find a few solar tablets that we could use to summon a solar eclipse. And after dying about 40 times, we actually managed to defeat Mothron, which would get us the Broken Hero Sword. After popping the achievement for completing the event, we were now able to combine our True Excalibur and True Knight's Edge to craft the Terra Blade. Terra's death also transforms the dungeon into its hard mode variant, and upon exploring it, we would get an achievement for getting some loot off the new enemies.
Hey, robbing the grave. Here we go.
This also reminded us about a few more achievements that we could grind for. See, in the dungeon, there are 6 biome chests that can be unlocked using their corresponding keys. These keys have a 1 in 2,500 or 0.04% chance of dropping from any enemy within that respective biome. And there was one key that we needed to get our hands on. That being the Hallowed Key, as not only would we get an achievement for simply unlocking one of these biome chests, but the Hallowed chest in particular would reward us with the Rainbow Gun. And for the achievement Unicorns and Rainbows, we need to fire the Rainbow Gun whilst on the back of a unicorn. It doesn't quite have the same effect as firing a rifle in the air while balls deep in a squealing hog, but it gets an A for effort. With that said, we made our way back to the surface Hallowed biome and started AFK farming. And I kid you not, it only took me 6 minutes before I got the Hallowed Key.
Oh shit! Oh yo! Hey, that's it! Let's go! Oh, that's what I've been waiting for.
And for the unicorn mount, we need to get the blessed apple item, which we were able to get to drop not long after finding the key. With these items secured, we could then head back to the dungeon to unlock the chest, which would then allow us to get our hands on both achievements. We then return to the Lizard Temple to fight our next main boss, Golem. It's probably worth mentioning that in For the Worthy, the temple is about 3 times larger than normal, which makes it 10 times funnier that the Golem has been turned into quite literally a midget.
Oh my god, he's tiny. He's so small.
And look, I mean this with nothing but love, because honestly, I feel like the Golem is an underappreciated boss. But the wee lad, he quite literally couldn't touch me. Honestly, it felt unfair.
Poor little bugger. He's so small.
Our next boss, however, wasn't going to be this easy, as it was time to face Duke Fishron, which to me is one of the hardest fights in the entire game. Mobility is of utmost importance when tackling this boss, so I decided to create an asphalt arena to give us a speed boost, which was 100% needed in For the Worthy, as pretty much all of the Duke's attacks, even his ranged attacks like his detonating bubbles and sharknadoes, get a giant damage boost. So dodging them is of paramount importance. But after a few attempts, I was getting a hang of his attacks. I started figuring out when and where I needed to dodge. But then I remembered that this fight doesn't truly begin until Duke Fishron's 3rd phase, as when his health drops below 15%, the background becomes covered in dark blue fog and the Duke becomes invisible. So not only is it near impossible to see him in this stage, but he is also constantly charging at you and teleporting behind you. And with his increased contact damage and For the Worthy, being touched by a single charge deals over 300 damage. And for the life of me, I just couldn't dodge it.
No! I need a break, man. I need a fucking break. This was actually the first time in this run where I actually thought to myself that, well, this might actually be it. This might be where the video ends. I can't beat this guy because I fought this boss for probably a week in real time. In fact, I went through the footage and counted every single attempt, and I fought and died to Duke Fishron 57 times. Now, for some, that might not seem like a huge number, but considering that every time you want to spawn the boss, you have to go to the underground mushroom biome and catch a truffle worm, making this fight even more of a pain in the ass. But after about 35 failed attempts, I went online and discovered that you could use the Queen Slime's mount to dodge the Duke's third phase attacks. Still, this requires quite a bit of focus and timing, and one slip up and it's all over. But not long after switching to this strategy, I was seeing the fruits of my labor. Come on. No, 200! 200 health! 200 health he had. He had 200 HP, man. Oh my god. The proof was in the pudding, and I knew it was only a matter of time before I got the dub. Come on. Come on. Come on! Let's go! Woo! I am never fighting that piece of shit again. Let's fucking go! Around this time, I decided to clean up quite a few achievements. One of those being Gelatin World Tour, which required me to defeat all 24 types of slime. Up to this stage, we had managed to take out 23, ranging from your regular colored slime to the King and Queen Slime bosses. The final one that we needed to kill was the Crim Slime, which only spawns in the Crimson biome. Now, we had a corruption world, but what we could do was speak to the Dryad in a graveyard biome, as in these conditions, she would sell us crimson seeds. And by using these seeds, we were able to create our very own custom crimson biome. This would also allow us to fight and defeat the Brain of Cthulhu boss and eventually take out a Crim Slime. Hey, there it is! Gelatin World Tour. Whilst we were on the subject of slimes, we also needed to track down all the town NPC slimes for the achievement The Great Slime Mitosis. By this stage, I was able to find several through various means, such as fishing in a blood moon and opening a shaking chest. In fact, there were only 3 remaining that we needed to find, the most difficult one being the Mystic Slime. To get this slime, we need to throw purification powder on a Mystic Frog, which has a 1 in 30 chance to spawn instead of a regular frog in the jungle biome. It did take quite a few days for us to get a Mystic Frog to spawn. In fact, whilst we were waiting for it, we managed to get Dr. Bones to spawn, another rare enemy that I needed to defeat for an achievement. But soon enough, we managed to find one. Mystic Frog, Mystic Frog, Mystic Frog, Mystic Frog, Mystic Frog. Where is it? Where is it? Is it? Let's go! Let's go! The final 2 town slimes were much easier to find. To get the Diva slime, we simply had to throw Party Girl's bathwater into the shimmer. Quite literally, I'm not even joking, that's a real thing. And then to get our final one, we had to throw a copper short sword on a regular enemy slime. Come on. The Great Slime Mitosis, let's go. Oh, well, he's dead. We then were able to defeat the rare enemy, the Groom, during a blood moon, getting us an achievement, as well as a couple more for crafting the Rainbow Rod and completing the Torch God in-game event. The final achievement we went for before the end game was Real Estate Agent, for getting all the NPCs to move in. And the final one that we needed to get was the Golfer, who we could find in the underground desert. With him found, that meant that the princess could finally move in, allowing us to get the achievement. With that out the way, we could then head to the dungeon to take down the lunatic cultist. And after defeating him, it would spawn the lunar events. And holy shit, taking down these pillars were a struggle. I don't even want to get started on the solar pillar, but when I tell you that 3/4 of my world became a graveyard biome, I'm not even joking. At least we were rewarded for our efforts, as defeating each of these pillars would give us celestial fragments that we could turn into some of the strongest weapons in the game. And after taking out our final pillar, we would pop an achievement, but we would also get the message that impending doom approaches,
which means that it's time to face the final boss in Terraria, the Moon Lord. Now, you would think that being in For the Worthy, this boss would receive an abundance of dumbfuck changes, making it impossible. Well, to quite literally everyone's surprise, he comes in with no changes at all. The only difference is that he has an extra 100,000 HP, and honestly, I'll take it, because they could have easily made this fight the embodiment of human suffering. Of course, the fight is still pretty hard, except if you use a personal favorite strategy of mine, a strategy that I like to call the pocket pussy strat. The entire strategy revolves around abusing invincibility frames when you're sitting inside the Moon Lord's hands. If you have the right accessories equipped, more specifically the Star Veil, you can double the amount of time that you're invincible for after taking damage. And with high enough defense, the Moon Lord's pocket only deals 1 damage, meaning that we could just sit in this pocket the entire fight and slowly but surely chip away at the Moon Lord's health. He's about to be down. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. It's the Moon Lord down, baby. There we go. Slayer of Worlds and Champion of Terraria. With the Moon Lord defeated, we had technically completed Terraria on For the Worthy Master Mode, but we still had quite a few achievements to clean up. And the first one that we were going for was Infinity plus 1 sword, which we could get for crafting the Zenith. Up to this point, we had managed to collect 4 out of the 10 swords required. 2 of the remaining ones that we needed were the Meowmere and the Star Wrath, which are both drops from the Moon Lord. And after fighting the boss a couple more times, we were able to get our hands on both of these. We were also lucky enough to get an enchanted sword from a mithril crate and the Seedler from Terra. We then fought the Martian invasion and were able to get the influx waiver from one of the sources, making that sword number 9. Also, a little side note, there is an achievement for flying a quad racer drone in space, and I was 100% convinced that for some reason it was a rare drop from the Martian invasion. Well, it isn't. You can just buy it for 20 gold from the cyborg, which we did, and got another achievement. Back to Zenith hunting, we only needed to get the Horseman's Blade from the Pumpkin Moon events, and we were actually able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, as not only did we get the sword from one of the pumpkins, but we also cleared wave 15 of the event, getting us the achievement Baleful Harvest. With all 10 swords now collected, we could craft the best weapon in the entire game, the Zenith. Infinity plus 1 sword. Let's go. Come on. This weapon makes cleaning up achievements a relative piece of piss, as with it, we were able to easily defeat all the mech bosses at once, earning us the Mecha Mayhem achievement, as well as defeating the Empress of Light, earning us Fae Flayer. We then could easily reach wave 15 in the Frost Moon, absolutely shred through the Old One's army, and then with a minor date change, we could fight and defeat the Frost Legion, securing us 3 more achievements. We also had to fight the Moon Lord a couple more times, as we needed to get the Terrarian Yo-Yo for the achievement Sick Throw. Pop that, give us the Terrarian. Yeah, sick throw, let's go. We got the Terrarian, hell yeah. This would also give us enough Luminite bars for us to craft the entire Stardust armor set. And with the right combination of accessories and buffs, we could summon 9 minions simultaneously, rewarding us with the achievement You and What Army. This would leave 2 achievements standing between me and 100% completion. One of those being the bane of many Terraria players' existence, Supreme Helper Minion. Now, I haven't touched much on my fishing adventures in hard mode, but that doesn't mean that they didn't happen. See, I actually managed to fish my way up to 156 out of 200 required angler quests, leaving just 44 remaining. And looking back on things, I am so thankful that I slowly chipped away at this total, because fuck doing 200 of these in a row. I will say, however, I did discover a method that sped up this process considerably. See, like I explained earlier, each day the angler gives you a specific quest fish to hunt down. Once you have caught that fish and it's in your inventory, you can't catch that fish again. However, if you place that quest fish in a chest or piggy bank, for example, you are free to catch it again on the same day. And you can do this as many times as you like. So this is exactly what I did. I hoarded as many different quest fish as I could, meaning that instead of going and fishing in different biomes each day, I would be able to simply grab the fish of the day from my storage and hand it in. This isn't to say that I didn't do a lot of fishing, because boy did I do a lot of fishing, but this sure does make it a much smoother experience. Anyway, after a solid 6 hours of sleeping, fishing and completing quests, that total slowly ticked from 156 all the way to 199. There we have it, Supreme Helper Minion, 199 out of 200. We need to do one more quest, and then we're done with fishing. Alright, new day. What is the final fishing quest? It's an angelfish caught in the Sky Lakes. Let's go grab that one now. And this will be the final fish, and we are done. There it is, angelfish. Which means we can go back, hand this one into Maddie, and we are done. There it is, Supreme Helper Minion. No more fishing. We're done. No more fishing. Let's fucking go, man. This leaves one final achievement in the game. The rarest achievement in Terraria that only 2% of players have obtained, and good riddance, which requires us to completely purify all corruption, crimson, and hallow from our world until the Dryad is satisfied. And the Dryad, she's a hard woman to please. Well, take that as you will. But for us to get this to pop, we literally can't have a single corrupted block in our world, which meant that it was time to bring out the Terraformer. We were able to get this by shimmering a Clemtaminator, which we bought from the Steampunker. With this, we can spread green solution to purify all corrupted or hallowed blocks. And to make this even easier, we decided to craft a bunch of biome site potions, which will highlight to us any blocks that aren't purified. Now, according to the Dryad, our world was 11% hallowed, 29% corrupt, and 2% crimson. So as she would put it, the world's completely fucked. To make things easier, I could simply load into a brand new world and quickly clean it up. But we had done everything in this world. All the struggles, all the triumphs, and everything in between. So it was only fitting that we finish this journey off in this world. Sadly, this does mean pretty much destroying it, as we have to mine elevators every 45 blocks or so that we could just fall down and spread the solution. But at the end of the day, it will all be worth it. The biome side potions really came in clutch, as they let me spot tiny little clusters of areas that I would have otherwise missed. And after doing my best to purify my entire world, I checked back into the Dryad to find out that we only had 1% in both corruption and hallow. Luckily, after some double checking, I found out that there was an entire hallow biome underneath my jungle temple, and purifying that would cure that 1%. The corruption, on the other hand, was a little bit more hard to get rid of, as I spent quite literally hours looking for any slither of it. And then I remembered that in For the Worthy, the Sky Islands are all corrupted. And as I flew up to see them, what do you know, they were still corrupted. So after terraforming each one, we checked back in with the Dryad to see if this was the moment of truth. Yes! Oh my god, we did it! Yes! And good riddance. Oh, yes! Finally, man. Holy shit, we have done it. We have done it. We have got every single achievement in Terraria for the Worthy Master Mode. Oh man, that last one was a pain. That took hours. But man, we have done it. From the fishing to that, to everything in between. You know, what a journey. Holy shit. 130 hours later, and we had finally done it. All the achievements on For the Worthy Master Mode. I do really hope that you guys enjoyed this one, as it was a massive grind. Almost as much of a grind as this video just here. So make sure you check that one out, and as always guys, take care.